Is it possible that we could see a cloud services provider take an interest in buying into CDN? Is our CDNs, is it a cloud service really, or is it a network piece of the network, or is it both? And could we see something from that other side?
Well, I think the telecom companies get the biggest benefit, right? So they get to optimize their network better. So back onto the acquisition, I would assume they would continue. As they see traffic along their network, investing in CDN minimizes some of the investments they have to make in the long haul traffic. Along those lines, I think that you'll continue to see a consolidation. But from a cloud perspective, it'll be interesting to see. I mean, Rackspace has a lot of money, right, to be able to invest in growth opportunities, and they're looking to sell. It'd certainly be interesting to see how the world progresses through this transition of different technologies. Is it the telecom companies that come in and buy cloud companies and then wish they might not have, and because they lost a lot of market share probably? Or is it more of the bigger players like in Amazon and looking to acquire some of these smaller CDN companies to build out their platform? It'll definitely be interesting, because I think there will be a ton of acquisitions happening in this ecosystem. How it all shakes out, obviously, if I had that crystal ball, love it.
But by way of the cloud, I think maybe there may be a bit of a shift in when you see the media operators beginning to use the cloud operators for distribution of the content that they generate. Today, there's a lot being generated on the cloud, but not necessarily used. The cloud is not used to distribute those content. So simulations and different types of codings and everything they could upload them into like an Amazon cloud, do a lot of simulation and all that kind of stuff, but not necessarily use CloudFront to disseminate that content. When you see a bunch of cloud providers like of Rackspace and them attracting media houses or content generators that place their entire production environment within those cloud, and are looking for mechanism to deliver it, leveraging those cloud providers, and you begin to see cloud providers thinking strongly about CDN. But I don't think in the next year or so it will be like a priority for cloud providers to invest in CDN per se. And if you look at CDN, the network is evolving to the point where it's becoming cloud-like in a cloud model. Everybody's looking to solve for dynamic capacity and things like that. So in that regard, you can begin to see that there may come a time when CDN could be considered, rightly square and fair cloud play, because people may want to consume it based on peaks on, on certain parameters, as opposed to just paying for a fixed type of CDN service. So the business model might change to look more like a cloud type of solution. And integration might come at the technical levels at some point, but I think that's a little ways out.
I agree with Robert that it's more about the network than the infrastructure that's delivering the kind. In terms of delivery, certainly, whether you're delivering from dedicated hardware or cloud services, you need to make sure that your points of presence for the CDN are on the right networks with the right peers to get to where it's eventually going. So I don't know that it's necessarily a cloud issue, and whether or not cloud providers enter this market. I mean, certainly they have the infrastructure, but the network is more important.